everyone. Today we have Mr. Parvez Khan joining us at our alumni meet in Gurgaon 2024. Mr. Parvez Khan is currently working as a deputy BIM manager with Deloitte. So, Parvez, would you like to elaborate a bit more about your journey and how TSA had helped you in getting this thing?
First of all, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity, and I'm really thankful to the TSA organizers and TSA team members for giving me this wonderful opportunity. Yes, it paved a foundation for me to get this high-paying job, and really gave me a breakthrough, basically, which I wanted to be. Okay, I wanted to switch my career or like transition my career from conventional civil engineering to the BIM domain because I thought that it is going to be the uh, future of the AC industry, right? So the journey began in 2022 when I enrolled for the TSA BIM Ready Plus course. And yes, so it took around 8 to 9 months when the course completed. And finally, after a period of 8 to 9 months, I was quite good at the BIM stuff. But yes, that was not all. I had to work hard. So I prepared for some of the mock interviews. And the TSA placement team also suggested or they advised us how we can further prepare and how we can excel in the BIM industry. Right. So yes, I was getting calls, a lot of calls from the BIM players, but all the preparations were in vain in the beginning. But after period of 6 months down the line, after completion of the course, I had to work hard. Obviously, I was working and I was leveraging the knowledge or the material which was supplied by TSC team. Okay, I was practicing with the tools like Revit, Navisworks and all. And finally, it was the time when I got multiple offers. Needless to mention that I had three offers. Okay.
That is
And then,
amazing.
yeah. So that is how I chose Deloitte over the others. And the one was from TCE, that is Tata Consulting Engineers. One was with ISA and L&T as well. But
All big names?
yeah, these all, these were looking for the BIM professional. So all the things went right. And, I had multiple rounds as well, but all went good. That is how I landed the job at Deloitte.
So, Bhavesh, as you mentioned that before you did the certification and before that, so what were you doing before this? Like before you were trained with BIM and everything. So, how was that part of your career before
Yeah,
BIM?
I would give you a glimpse of that as well. I'm currently having 10 years of experience, 10 plus years to be honest. And it was a project management consultancy works. That
Okay.
means, in simpler words, we buy like projects from the government agencies, and then we were the one who were completely submitting the handover to the government again.
Oh.
Okay, from scratch to the possession. You can, in simple words. So I was working in a government firm. Prior to that, that was a public sector undertaking.
Mm-hmm.
So we were procuring businesses from government, central governments, or state governments. In fact, we had projects in the foreign countries as well. So that was the structure basically. We had to procure the business and then we have to deliver to the client. But that all involved, requires the conventional engineering. There was nowhere you can had that BIM specialization kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it was in the year 2021 when we had a small training about BIM, and that's when I realized, okay, this is a beautiful process or technology which is going to be the future of the AEC industry, and I realized I should learn this. Okay, so there I worked close to 9 years. But yes, when I started learning BIM, I also utilized those BIM skills or capabilities in my conventional projects as well. And I must say that I prepared 3D models of one of my ongoing project that was really appreciable. In fact, my CMD was also comprehended it, and he was really impressed the way I made that visualization, 3D mapping, and all, and 4D simulation of that ongoing project. So that was the conventional engineering wherein I was working prior to this BIM role. That
That
project.
is great. I mean, it is kind of foresightedness that you showed that before
Yeah.
you were working in a traditional engineering setup, and then when you got to know about BIM, you yourself tried to figure out like what is there and what is there and evaluated it so that you can build a path for your career while that time. So,
Yes.
I mean, when you first realize, okay, that this is a thing that I wanted to learn, this is a thing that I wanted to gain as my skill set.
Yeah.
So, how did you evaluate amongst all the options that were there available in front of you, be it like learning from YouTube or joining any other certification program? So, how did you evaluated these options and then you chose TSA?
Yeah, that is an amazing question. In fact, uh, I mean, I feel starting from the when you graduate from your 10th standard in a school, you always have two options. Okay, this is what I feel. You were always confused whether I should go with the commerce or the the science stream. Okay,
Exactly.
and then comes the selection of the good colleges, IITs or NITs. Again, when you get a good college, then again there is a confusion between the branches,
Branches.
right? So this is a never ending process, okay, which I feel if I were give you an example of multiple offers, okay, I had to choose which company I have to join, okay, over the other. So yes, I did research as well. I mean, when it came to the selection of the right institute, okay, which can provide me the insights or real industry workflows, how basically BIM is happening in the industry. That was the real concern. One of my friends suggested me about this TSA. Okay, I visited physically the TSA office, and I met with the like Aniruddha Roy sir. He was so nice, so gentle person. I mean, I consider him as a mentor. Okay, because the way he counseled me was superb. He, unlike other traditional salesperson, he was not like, okay, you should enroll, but he asked certain questions based on my knowledge, my experience, and not only that, he suggested me the right course. Okay, so I thought I think that was the thing which really impressed me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, traditionally, what happens when you reach out to the institutes or like any other organization, they are like just you should enroll. These are the benefits and all, but
Yeah.
they never discussed and so nitty gritty, and so they never deep dive into that. Why should you want to do that? What is the logic? Why you are coming to this domain? You are already having this that much of experience.
So,
He,
this particular thing will
yeah,
add value to your life.
yeah. So that is yeah, how basically that added value to me, because I was already having close to 9 years of experience, and then the courses which TSC have curated is superb. Okay, they have different type of courses. One was that was very much suitable to me was BIM Ready Plus course
Mm-hmm.
based on my experience. Okay, and finally he counseled me and he suggested me that you should go with this. And of course I did a lot of research as well, so I couldn't find any good institute. Okay, because when I compared the curriculum, that was not an ordinary curriculum. The very impressive part was about curriculum was the Baxel manager, induction of the Baxel manager, which I think as of now no institute is offering.
That is true. That is like in India, no other institute offers Bexel Manager, and
Exactly.
we are the only one. And BIM, and that is also not in all the courses. It's only in BIM Ready Plus.
Okay. So that was the amazing part. And what's more, that was the mentors, because they are really working in the industry. They know the technical know-how of
Mm.
the BIM, how actually BIM works in the what are the workflows. So these three things really made my mind. Tell me to choose this, helped me to choose TSC over the others.
Mm-hmm. So you were able to see the pros and cons of all the
Yeah.
like places, institutes, courses that were laid out, and while negating few of the points that others offered,
Yeah.
and what TSA offered, That's what made you choose
Exactly,
this.
exactly. So these were the, I mean, if I have to reiterate, one was the mentorship because TSA really works in the industry. So their tutors are the one who know the things, what is really happening in BIM field. Second was the Bexel manager, the certification of Bexel manager, and needless to mention that I cleared the CL level one Bexel manager exam as well.
Congratulations, that is
that-
very good.
That was yes, of course, because of the hardships or the mentorship which was given by the TSA mentors, right? And the suggestions which were put up by the Aniruddha sir.
Great.
These three things made my mind ki, okay, I have to enroll here no matter what is going to be happening in the future, but I made my mind.
There was one point that you mentioned actually got stuck with me, that you were ready to deep dive yourself and see the curriculum and compare it with all the courses, all the institute that was available to you.
Correct.
You were ready to see and evaluate, okay, this particular thing is offering me this thing, TSA is offering me these things, and maybe XYZ some other places offering you these many things.
Right.
And that is something which yourself shows that you are interested in learning this thing.
Correct.
What we see right now is a lot of aspirants who want to know BIM. They firstly are not completely aware of what BIM is,
Exactly.
and secondly, a lot of things which are there is very flashy, very shiny, very Gen Z kind of thing. So they get influenced by just the brand that a particular institute is showing, but they don't see what is gonna happen behind. Once you pay the fee, after it, like whether you're getting recorded sessions, or will there be any Q&A session or there, or will the mentor be available to you? What is the background of the mentor? These things are completely neglected by the students normally. They just see, okay, this company is very nice, they are having like so many followers and they are like very new edge, but the core deep dive thing is completely missing. So you also faced something initially, like you felt, "Ki, okay, this particular XYZ company is like very, how should I say, like very shiny and nice, and it looks very good from the outside." But what made you feel, ki, okay, I cannot go inside because the curriculum is not that well defined? I mean, just so that someone, an aspirant who is in the same dilemma, will get some insight on this.
Definitely, I think if anyone who is looking for a BIM course, definitely I would say he or she should have some R&D on that, like which institute or which consultancy, anything, organization offering good services. The thing is that branding works a lot. We have to agree on that. That जो दिखता है वो बिकता वाली proverb is well fitted here.
Great.
Right. So, yes, of course, branding matters a lot. But as I mentioned in the previous part, we have always uh, a point of state where we are confused. We are perplexed in each and every stage of our life. So people generally see, okay, they are doing this, and when we have a conception like when what we see on the markets or on the ads, so it creates an impression on our mind, subconscious mind, that okay, this is gonna be good, this may be good, this is the only option, okay. But when you enroll in a course, then only the real dilemma starts, or then only you came to know, okay, you come to know, okay, this is the reality. And they are not the one which was needed to me. They are not good enough, or they are not
What they
even
said in the start is not,
exact.
promises are not getting
Exact.
fulfilled later.
Exactly. So what I would suggest is go with an institute or organization. Those are really working. This model of TSA is really good because they are working in the market and they are preparing the work talent for the future. So they are the right people who can teach well.
So that's a very, very good point you said. I also would like to mention one thing, that Technostruct Academy is just an educational wing,
Yeah.
but our parent company is Technostruct LLC, which has built projects like of the volume and of the status that
Correct.
I think no one in the industry has actually worked on these projects.
Correct.
Like Google Baby Office, Microsoft headquarter, Apple headquarter, and whatnot. Even in India, like we see, government is now adopting BIM. So
Correct.
chances of getting these jobs and everything is much more. And I mean, I don't know whether you're aware or not, but a lot of students who study through DSA, If we find that the person is good enough, they get placed in
Yeah, exactly.
Technostrip itself.
Yeah. That is the what I would say. That is the concept which is existing here. Even we were told that they also provide opportunities, but because of maybe some reasons or the other, I didn't get the opportunity. That's not a big deal. But they have a concept. If you are preparing really, I mean, you are doing really good at your studies or your certification. So first of all, they gonna their self, going to absorb you. So no need to go to anywhere. And it is always better when when you are in a starting phase of your career. Always start with a niche pump, just like TSA, because there you are going to learn a lot of things, nitty gritty of the BIM.
Correct.
But unlike others, I mean, one such example is myself. So because of my experience and background, I chose the other part of the BIM, like BIM management, because it is very well aligned with my expertise, and I believe that this is the very right path for me. Because I do not want to be a modeler, because it all, I mean, obviously the things need to be aligned with your financial or other aspects as well. So I thought BIM standardization or BIM management or ISO, this is going to be a very good for me.
Great.
So that is how I evaluated myself. Okay, which particular domain or the area I should choose, and I went to the BIM management part.
Amazing. Amazing. So, that is great, Parvez. And I should tell you upfront that you are one of our, how should I say, like the top rising stars who are just
Thank you.
heading in their career and making us also proud with all the achievements that you are getting. And we really hope that you reach further heights. And I mean, we also got the feedback from the mentors that you were a really good student. You always used to come up and ask doubts in any case you got
Yeah.
stuck in things. That is a very nice thing. I mean, people, it's not just that if you get the certification, you will get the job. You'll have to work hard. Even if you're paying fee,
Correct.
is to get your skill set, you need to work hard for it.
Couldn't agree more on that. I mean, I would like to add here, even if you are having graduation from IIMs, I mean, even they do not take guarantee. Generally, the learners are in the mood. Is there any guarantee to get placed? So no one is going to give you a guarantee, even if you are paying, lakhs of rupees. And
I'm not, I am graduate myself, and I got the opportunity here.
yeah, so you have to work a lot. I mean, in my personal experience, I do believe in. I mean, everybody is believing in God, but I consider myself more inclined towards God. So because you know everything matters, your qualification, your hard work, right opportunity.
Exactly.
I have seen people like, you have been selected, you are in the final round, you have got the offers as well, and at the last moment client has not got the project from their principal client.
Okay.
So now in this scenario, they are not going to onboard the candidates.
So it's the offer is getting revoked in these cases. Yeah. That's really hard.
Yeah.
Hard.
So what I feel is, obviously the very first thing I consider the work. I mean, hard work,
Hard work.
right? Then you'll like some skills beyond your niche skills or technical skills, like communication, your networking, how smart you are. Okay, and then obviously the networking.
Yeah.
Okay, so it should not like के जी guarantee है, guarantees, I mean guarantee exists
Nowhere.
anywhere, nowhere.
No one gives
Exists
guarantee
nowhere.
anything.
So we should have patience. Even at point at some point of time, I was like, I have done this course, but I'm not getting an opportunity. What gonna happen in future? But I tried. I mean, I was keep on trying. I was, you know, disqualified by Mott McDonald and then Adani as well. Okay, free as well. But down the line, I was working. Okay, I thought some way down the line I'll be getting opportunity, and when the opportunity knocks to me, it would be the chance that I have to show. है ना? I have to show. But if some opportunity is coming to me, that means it is the final chance. Then I have to show my skills. Then that is the ultimate right time. So there are multiple factors. I should say the learners should have patience. They just work on their skills. Apart from their hard skills, I would say some soft skills, communication, your smartness, your latest cutting edge tools or technologies, computer savvy, tech savvy. If they want to make a career in BIM, they should be tech savvy. They should be very well, acquainted with the computer and technology, what is happening nowadays, AI and all. I mean, a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
Not only you are just putting all efforts on Revit modeling and all, but you should be smart enough to crack interviews and all.
That's
That
right.
helps.
That's right. And I couldn't agree more on this thing that you said that when the opportunity comes, it should not be you are on your back foot. You should
Exactly.
always be prepared
Yeah.
because a lot of factors play a role. As you mentioned, that you can get the opportunity, but you're not prepared. You're working hard, but something happened. As you mentioned, the client removed
Yeah.
the offer.
It
Things. So, in all these factors, one should just, I mean, hard work always pays off. Even I believe so very, very deeply
always.
that maybe it won't pay off you right now, but
Maybe in the future.
maybe in the future
Yes.
it never goes in vain.
Correct.
It's never wasted. If you work hard and you get a confidence that comes naturally. Okay, I know stuff.
Yeah.
Whatever is happening right now, it is a phase. It will pass. But I know this thing. I'm sure about myself. And when the opportunity will be coming, I'm gonna crack it.
Exactly. Yeah, that happens. So guarantee is nowhere, but yes, we ensure that we should make sure that we work hard on the skills, whatever has been, teaching classrooms, and we have to be smart enough that we have to, use other things as well, like YouTube or any other sources from where we can learn more about BIM as well. Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, smart work also requires here and there.
You have to be smart. Like how you mentioned that even IIM doesn't give guarantee. So as I said that IIM also graduate from IIM itself. It's not like if you just go to the IIM, you just have to work hard for CAT and after that life will be rosy. It's not at all that. You have to work so much in the 2 years. It kind of drains you out a lot. You won't have complete nights where you can sleepless nights and projects and everything. And in the end, there will be placements. So many companies coming, but it's you. There are other 500 people also who are competing for the same good spot. So you have to work hard every point. It doesn't matter if you have qualified something or not.
Correct.
It's the end that actually
And
matters.
not only this, when you are selected in a company, then again, I mean, it's not bed of roses. Life is not all about bed of roses. You have
Correct.
to again struggle. You have to work hard there. There also, you have to perform there. You have to be, satisfy the client. I mean, you should be capable of doing things as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's why interview cracking is not all about having a good job or like satisfaction, work satisfaction or work life balance. So, I mean, there are multiple factors. So we should be having patience. We should work on the skills. Try, try and keep on practicing. That is what I can say. After completion of course, it took around 9 months. close to
9 months.
Okay, and then further down the line, again I would say 8 to 9 months. Then
Mm-hmm. So around more than a year and a half, it was
1.5. I would say if someone who is very, very, at the early stage, like graduate or new to the BIM industry, at least it requires more than 1 year, 1.5, 1 year here and there, to know about what exactly BIM is.
Correct.
Okay.
This is after certification you are saying, the time that it
1 year, I mean, but once you are like down the line 1 year, having experience of 1 year, you are working on Revit and all, then you will be able to understand what exactly BIM is and what type of roles are existing and what type of demand is going on, how to further excel myself in this particular domain.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that is after the completion, because that is just kind of certification or theoretical things. There are a lot many things, even though TSC providing internships, but yes, it makes a little bit difference
When you
when
actually
you
work
when you
on
actually
the
work when you actually work in the industry. So there is a difference. Just like, I mean, we are in the college, we are very new to the industry when we join companies or we have trainings and all. So in the similar manner, when you complete the certification, don't expect, yeah, there are people, there are exceptions everywhere. They get placed, they get opportunity instantly. But in majority of the cases, people struggles for a small period of time, maybe 6 months, 9 months, and then everything will be sorted out. They are down the line. Everyone will be getting job, provided, subjected that, I mean, I'm saying in double quotes, they are keep on working in their
Yeah.
profile, their software learnings,
keep upskilling yourself in every way that is.
Trying and trying, then they will be getting.
I can imagine, like, even though you are placed in such a good position with Deloitte, such a good company as well, but it's not like now you can rest, now I can take a seat. You would have to keep on working. The position also demands a lot of work, I feel.
Exactly. So if I have to add on in this, somebody else says large or big roles comes with the big responsibilities. I mean, this is very well saying. So yeah, obviously, it's not all about having very good. I have to work hard. Even if, I mean, currently also I'm learning a lot. I have to mention that I'm working as a part-time tutor in the BIM domain, and yes, on daily basis I'm learning new things from there itself. It's not all about like I have once I'm done with the certification with TSA, I'm an expert in that, or I'm a master in that. So it's not like that. Every day I'm learning, keep on learning. Okay, sometimes I go to the Autodesk website or maybe some other websites to gain insights from the industry. Okay, how emerging technologies can be integrated with BIM, what would be the future trends in the BIM, right? So these things we need to be upgraded ourselves. Okay.
Actually, one point that you mentioned, I almost missed that after doing your course and certification on TSA, you are now working as a mentor, as a counselor yourself with
Yeah.
one of our competitors,
Yeah, exactly.
right?
So yeah, I would like to mention that I'm an alumni of TSA, but I'm working Novator.
You're
I'm
working as
working
a
with
mentor with
yeah, I'm
Novator.
working with Novator. Uh, they are also providing, I mean, an institute, a platform which is providing BIM training.
Mhm.
And yes, I'm working there as a part-time tutor, like industry guide. There's a designation which is known as industry guide. So basically, we have to mentor a group of students. There's a big group which has been led by lead mentors, and then there are subdivisions in that. So around 12 to 14 students are there. Those are in my group.
Mhm.
I lead them, I teach them if they are coming up with some queries. So I am there
Mhm.
apart from the session. Lead mentor is there for the session itself. Okay. If anything which is coming up live, they can discuss there itself. But apart from that, if something they have some problem, they have some queries, they have assignments. So I need to check the assignments. Okay, I have to give the credits and all. So that is a kind of LMS. Okay. So yeah, I am teaching there as an industry guide. So that's again a good thing for TSA because
Yeah, a big feather in the cap is our own student alumni is working as a mentor for our competitor, Novator.
correct. So I discussed with Roy sir, and I told him, "Okay, now I have added another feather in your cap, which is I'm working as an IG in one of your competitors." So he was happy. I mean, that this is also I consider myself as an achiever in this case.
Yeah.
And one more thing which I didn't disclose there, like I'm a founder of bimwala.com as well.
Oh.
So Bimwala, if you do not know, it is again learning platform. I mean, blogging site. You can say I discuss stuff related to BIM.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and do have YouTube channel as well, CVlogs and bimwala.com. So I generally discuss stuff related to BIM, just like ISO. What do you mean by ISO? What is exactly BIM is? Okay, people are generally under the illusion that building is specifically mentioned for buildings, but it is not the case. Building is a verb here, not representing a noun. So building means we are creating information. So generally, I discuss that kind of stuff on my YouTube channel on bimwala.com so that it can clarify the differences between the like what. So yeah, uh, I mean on my YouTube channel, I discuss stuff related to BIM, their standards, ISO, the differentiation between how the industry is adapting, what exactly the challenges, okay, and what are the new emerging technologies that can be integrated with BIM. this kind of stuff. I mean, it is all about BIM.
Great.
Yeah,
Great.
and some videos here and there related to my previous projects as well.
Great. So, my second last question, because we also have a time
No, no.
in this thing. So, Pravesh, just one thing, like, we also have a lot of opportunities for placement and also just for the people who are looking to join TSA or who are currently working or studying with us. Any thing you want to discuss about like how TSA helped you with the placements and what all opportunities, assistance you got from us?
So my case was a bit trickier, to be honest, because I already had close to 9 years of experience. So it is really, I mean, it is for those as well, those are listening to this podcast or this video. When you are at a certain level or you are already senior in the industry, so this is really difficult
To get a job of
transition your career. Basically, what I mean to say is to transit your career from particular domain because you are already closer to become an expert. 9 to 10 years, right? It's a good amount of experience. So it was a trickier for me. I discussed a lot with the placement coordinators. Those are aligned with the TSA. They were keep on exploring opportunities for me. Okay, and then I was trying myself as well. Okay, because I couldn't depend on the TSA team wholly. I had to work smartly. Okay, I have to. I was the one who knew everything about myself, my capabilities. So I was the one who was having sufficient idea. Okay, this is the way where I need to go. Okay, because as I mentioned previously, I didn't want to be a modeler at this stage of time. Okay, which was not aligned to my financial aspirations as well. So I thought in that way. Okay, and then yes, of course, uh, when I started my journey, so I was already close to 10 years. Okay, I got lot of opportunities from TSA as well. But that was kind of opportunities like somebody was requiring a fresher that can be a good modeler and maybe 3 years of experience, 5 years of experience. So what I mean to say is basically I was getting opportunities, but that was my case. I couldn't make it to the that list or I didn't want to go that field. I was waiting some opportunities that can align with my aspirations or my domain or maybe my experience. So I mean TSA was not wrong in that way. I would say they were giving me opportunities, but my aspirations were different. Because of that, I chose a different path, and I was trying myself. But yeah, so Chitra ma'am was there. She is a placement coordinator. Mr. Sujit was there. Okay, we had sessions on that, and apart from that, there is a group, alumni group is there, placement group is there. So they keep on floating the opportunities. Those are coming up with the different players or the employers. So even if even I'm a part of that group. Okay, I always seen that opportunities keep on floating in that group. So people are getting opportunities. The only thing is they have to understand at what part of life they are. I mean, they are experienced or they are freshers or they are in mid level of their career. According to that, they have to choose and they have to explore further avenues.
Great, great. So there's just one more thing, like not to disclose what where you stand, but to any aspirant who wants to shift from a traditional job that they are doing right now as a civil engineer or as an architect, if they switch to BIM and become like a BIM manager or something, what scale of salary they can expect, like an annual thing, like what could be the highest range also that they, if they work hard, they can achieve it.
Yeah. So this is as per my knowledge. In my views, I can say that if you compare BIM career with the conventional career, so there is a difference. I mean, a BIM professional definitely earns more than that the conventional civil engineer or conventional BIM architect. Okay, so yes, they earn more because this is the hottest skills which we have in AAC market right now. Having said this, I would say uh, we can expect at the managerial level, at least we can expect somewhere around 25 lakhs per annum.
starting from 25 and can go upwards.
No. What I'm saying is, like, if somebody is at a BIM manager level or a BIM manager level, so somewhere around 20 to 25 lakh
Oh.
per annum they can expect from a big company like MNCs. If I were give you an example, is Atkins, Bechtel, WSP, Deloitte itself, or KPMG, they are also having, BIM roles. Even I was just, going through LinkedIn. So there were vacancies. Those are, coming up from PwC, which is again a big four company.
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
So
definitely.
they company are also having nowadays, if somebody is aspiring to work with big four companies, so I would say that these companies are also coming up with BIM roles.
One thing that I've observed that the companies want to recruit BIM modelers, BIM managers, and everyone related to BIM, but there's a shortage of people with this skill set in the market. Do you feel the same that the skill set is at today? The supply is a bit less, but the demand is higher, especially in this.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree on that. The supply is less as of now. At least I can say as of now, supply is less, and we have, plethora of opportunities. Those are existing in the market. Not only this, not only in the Indian context. I'm saying across the globe. If you talk about Middle East, they are having many opportunities in thousands. Even if you talk about Europe, then also they are having good opportunities for BIM professionals, and Americas as well, Canada and USA. And then when you come to the east side of, Singapore or China or Indonesia, they are also having good opportunities for BIM professionals.
Great, great.
Yeah. So even, one of the things which I would like to highlight here is someone who is aspiring to work in abroad. I mean, there are people generally in India. Even I aspire to work for a global client or a client which is based out at foreign country. So those are very very crazy. They want to work for global clients, or they want to explore the European countries or Middle East countries. So BIM is a ultimate, platform for them as well, because it provides opportunities to work with the global clients and with the cutting edge technology tools. And you can easily get a chance down the line after, couple of years. If you are working with BIM and you have good experience, you can definitely get a chance to work with European countries like Sweden, UK, Saudi Arabia. So this is also good opportunity. If someone who's starting career, they can really work with the BIM, and then they can make it to the European countries as well.
That's amazing.
One of the best advantages which I personally feel is that.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So that brings me to the last question that we have today for you is, if someone is there who is just in the initial part of their career, but they want to switch to BIM and want to learn the skill set, and they're a bit confused like how they should move about it and what are the things they can expect later. So can you just looking at them and just guiding them something that what they should be doing about it?
Uh, yes, first of all, I would say, if someone who is just graduating from the college, first thing they should make sure that BIM is going to be the future of the AEC industry, and it's not a kind of trend, but it is a process. It is already revolutionized the AEC industry. Okay, this is basically the digitalization of the conventional process. Okay, and the way the technology is changing or evolving nowadays, we should be tech savvy. We should be ready with the cutting edge tools, so that we'll not face any problem in the future. If we are not learning these skills, maybe we will struggle in the future. We may struggle in the future. So I would say that this is a great opportunity. One thing I have already mentioned, if someone who is as an aspirant of working for a foreign company or a foreign country, this is a good opportunity. Second thing, the people are generally under the illusion that only IT people can work from home. But I would like to say that I would like to mention that civil engineers can also work from home. So this is the second advantage, because it enhances. BIM enhances, or BIM provides you the opportunity with working with work from home. Okay, and obviously, last but not the least is the pays and perks. which you get from the BIM domain. So you are not going to get in the conventional engineering. These are the 3 points which I think we should, or any learner or any aspirant should consider while choosing BIM. And they should evaluate, they should do some R&D. There are lot many options, of course, okay, but they should be smart enough to evaluate themselves and the course curriculums and all the other options as well. But this is a great opportunity. I mean, BIM, at least I can say, in my vision or in my eyes, I can see a bright future for a BIM professional. That's all about from my side.
Great, Parvez. It was great talking to you today, and we got a lot of insights about BIM, the industry, and everything. I really hope someone who is viewing us will at least gain some knowledge, and this podcast would add a bit of value, whatever they are planning ahead in future. So, thank you so much, Parvez, for talking to us. Thank you.